Good morning, this is Jim, 5714 Collector. I have another video for you here on Sunday morning. This is going to be part 23 of the 1972 Topps set. Can't believe we've gone through 22 weeks in a row. This is number 23. It's been a lot of fun doing the research on the 10 or so players that I do every week. And this week we have one Hall of Famer in this set of 10. So I thought we'd go ahead and get started, and we're going to start with card number 327, and that is Steve Stone here with the Giants. It's a pretty sharp-looking card. Hope everybody's having a great Sunday. And as I always do, I make sure I reference baseballreference.com, and I look at Wikipedia for some of the players also. A great resource for information and all kinds of other stuff if you're interested in learning about some of these players, learning a little bit more, because there's quite a bit of data in there about all these guys. So it's pretty impressive. So Steve Stone, who pitched for a number of teams, including my Orioles back in 1980 and 81. We'll talk about that in a minute. He was at Kent State University as a junior. He was the captain of the baseball team, and his catcher at that time was Thurman Munson. So I thought that was pretty interesting when I saw that. He was drafted by the Giants in the 4th round of the 1970 off-season draft. In his rookie season, he went 5-9, and he had 2 shutouts. That was 1971. And in 1980, he won the Cy Young Award for the Baltimore Orioles. He went 25-7. And he led the league in winning percentage. So he had a great year. I believe the 25 wins is the most wins ever by a Baltimore Orioles pitcher. I think Dave McNally had 24 wins back in like 1970. And I think Mike Cuellar had 23 in 1969. So that's pretty cool. So, and he was 107 wins and 93 defeats lifetime. So he had a nice career. I know he went on as an announcer after his playing days, I believe with the Cubs, I believe, if I remember right. So card number 328 is the Red Sox team card. That's pretty cool. I took some time and looked up a little bit of information about the 1971 Red Sox, because what I do is I go back the year before and just to see what they did. Here's the back. It shows all the team records. So that's pretty awesome. And in 1971, Boston finished 3rd in the American League East. They had a record of 85-77. And Eddie Casco was the manager at the time. Reggie Smith led the team with 30 home runs and 96 runs batted in. And Sonny Siebert led the team with 16 wins, and he had 4 shutouts that year. Sparky Lau, who was still with the Red Sox at the time before being traded to the Yankees, he saved 16 games that season. And Sparky Lau was just one of those guys that had a really nice career. I think we talked about him earlier. And he had 238 lifetime saves. So he had a really, really nice career. So card number 329 is Roy Foster. Here's Roy's card here. So he played 3 seasons in the majors. And we'll show the back of the card here. And I'm trying to... Yep. I thought so. I don't think he played with the Rangers at all. I think he got hurt and all that. He played 3 years and got hurt all with the Indians prior to being traded to the Rangers, and he never played with Texas, even though there he is with his, we'll say the Rangers, right? So that's pretty cool. So Roy hit a home run in his debut on opening day of 1970, and that came off Orioles ace Dave McNally. He finished 2nd in the American League Rookie of the Year voting to Thurman Munson. So that's pretty cool. Pretty good company, right? He hit 23 home runs as a rookie in 1970, and then in 1971 he hit 18 more home runs. Injuries, just what I thought, curtailed his career. So that's too bad, because he was showing some potential and had some power. And I always hate to hear when these guys get injured and then, really just changes everything, So card number 330 is our Hall of Famer, Jim Catfish Hunter, who had a great career, of course, with the Kansas City A's, who he signed with first. Of course, they moved over to Oakland. and then he was a free agent due to the fact that, and you'll have to read about this on Baseball Reference, some of his insurance policies were not paid in time by Charlie Finley, and an arbitration panel declared him a free agent, and he signed with the New York Yankees. So a little bit of a problem there. So his contract was not fulfilled. So he became a free agent. I think he was 5 years, $3.2 million, something like that. So, but that's Jim Catfish Hunter. You can see the back of the card has a stain. It looks like a gum stain back here, and it could have been. And let's talk about Mr. Hunter. Yeah, he signed with Kansas City in June of 1964 for $75,000. That's a lot of money in those days. That's a lot of money now, but that's a lot of money back in 1964. He pitched a perfect game against the Twins on May 8th, 1968. He struck out 11 batters in that game and drove in 3 of the runs, and they won 4-0. That's a pretty good day at the plate and a great pitching performance also. I wonder how the other perfect game pitchers did at the plate and all that. That would be kind of a cool little thing to look up. He was the winning pitcher in relief in Game 7 of the 1972 World Series against the Reds. Following the 1974 season, he was declared a free agent and went on to sign with the New York Yankees. Yeah, it was $3.2 million. I wrote it down. I got it right here on my index card, so I did have that right. He was 224 wins and 166 losses lifetime, and he had a 9-6 record in the playoffs and World Series. So very great performing ball player under the pressure of the playoffs and the World Series. So well-deserved spot in the Hall of Fame. He won 20 games 5 years in a row. He also was a Cy Young Award winner, so had a really great career. And of course, today's Hall of Fame induction day, so that's pretty cool to have a Hall of Famer in here today. So card number 331 is Stan Swanson. Here with the Expos. I had never heard of Stan Swanson, didn't remember anything about him, so I had to go in and look up him in Baseball Reference and Wikipedia just to see what they had to say about him. So we will talk about Mr. Swanson right now. So that was his rookie card, by the way, too. So he was drafted by the Reds as an amateur free agent before the 1963 season. He made his major league debut in late June of 1971 with the Montreal Expos. He played that season, his only year in the majors. So one season in the majors for Mr. Swanson. He hit .245 and 106 at-bats and had 2 major league home runs. So pretty cool. And card number 332 is Buck Martinez. I know all the Blue Jay fans out there know Mr. Martinez, and longtime announcer. He was an announcer with the Orioles also. I can't remember how many years ago, but he did announce on Masson with the Baltimore Orioles. And of course, he's done a lot of announcing for the Toronto Blue Jays. So let me show you his card. Here with Kansas City. And that's card number 332. Show you the back of that. That's pretty awesome. So he made his major league debut with the Royals in 1969. Of course, they were the expansion team. He hit .229 and 205 at-bats, and he had 4 home runs that season. He hit .333 for the Royals in the 1976 American League Championship Series against the Yankees. He went 5 for 15 with 4 runs batted in. So he had a nice series. Now, I think that's the only time he ever played in a playoff series. He never played in the World Series. He played his last 6 seasons with the Blue Jays. He played in 454 games. So, and also in 2 seasons, 1982 and 1983, he hit 10 home runs each season. So nice career for Mr. Buck Martinez. Card number 333. Steve Barber here with the Braves. And he had some great seasons with the Orioles. And he hurt his arm. Another one of the young, I think he was part of the Kitty Corps of 1960 with the Orioles, if I remember right. And there was a couple other guys. Jerry Walker was one of them, Milt Pappas, and I think it was Chuck Estrada, Steve Barber, Jerry Walker. So, there was a nice little pitching staff the Orioles had, but a lot of them guys came down with bad arms, hurt themselves. Now, Pappas, of course, went on to win 209 games lifetime, but here's Mr. Barber's card. Steve won his first major league game on April 28, 1960. He beat the Red Sox 6-1. He was a two-time All-Star. Let's see, he tied for the league lead in shutouts with 8 in 1961. And in 1963, he became the Baltimore Orioles' first 20-game winner in a season. So that's pretty cool. So if anybody ever asks you a trivia question about the Orioles, that first 20-game winner, it's Mr. Barber. He finished with a lifetime record of 121 wins and 106 losses with 14 saves and 21 shutouts. So had a good career. Always makes you wonder, could he have been a Hall of Famer? Could have stayed healthy and didn't have major arm injuries and stuff like that. So, but that's Steve Barber. And we come to some rookie cards here. These are always fun to look up. This is with the Texas Rangers. And no insignia on the helmets, of course, because this was their first season in Texas, in Arlington. So there's the back. We'll talk about these guys here in a second. We got Bill Fahey, Jim Mason, and Tom Ragland. So let me show the front of that card one more time so everybody can see it. Pretty cool looking. I love the rookie star cards. They're just beautiful. Big fan of those. Let's talk about Bill Fahey. He played 11 seasons in the majors with 3 teams. He got his first major league hit and RBI off Clyde Wright of the Angels as a pinch hitter on July 28, 1972. And he hit 7 career home runs. So that's pretty awesome. Jim Mason, he had his best season in 1974. He hit 250 and 440 at-bats. He had 18 doubles, 6 triples, and 5 home runs in 152 games. So he started all but 10 games that season. He did that with the Yankees. And he tied the major league record with 4 doubles in a game on July 8th, 1974. So that's pretty cool. Tom Ragland, hopefully I'm saying that name right. He got his first major league hit off of Roger Moret, and that came on September 24th, 1971. He had a career batting average of .231 and 286 at-bats. So pretty awesome. Now we got 2 more cards this morning. We're going to talk about Bill Hands here with the Cubs. That's a pretty awesome card. Let me show the back of that. There's the back of Mr. Hands. And he was a 20-game winner also. That's a nice years with the Cubs in the late 60s. I'll show it one more time. So that's pretty cool. And let's talk about Mr. Bill Hands. He pitched 11 seasons in the majors. He won 20 games with the Cubs in 1969 and had 18 complete games and 3 shutouts. And he pitched 300 innings. See, we don't see that no more, unfortunately. We're lucky if these starters nowadays go 200. So certainly times have changed over the last 50-plus years. That's just the way it is, I guess. He had a lifetime record of 111 wins and 110 losses with 14 saves. So you get a lot of these guys, I've noticed, they'll win 100 games and they have saves also. So they kind of switch back and forth between the bullpen and all that. And I believe that Tom Glavine, he started somewhere over 650 games. I'd have to go back and look it up. But he never pitched a game in relief in his career, ever. So that's pretty cool. So Bill, interesting thing here, never had a triple. I just lost my card. He never had a triple, home run, or stolen base in his career. And he had 563 plate appearances. So never had a triple, home run, or stolen base. Interesting. Kind of a cool little question there if you want to ask that one day. So the last card today is card number 336. This is Marty Martinez with the Cardinals. That's pretty cool. I love the blue here and then the background. Beautiful, beautiful cards. Just an awesome set. So card number 336, Marty Martinez. He played 7 seasons in the majors. Primary was a backup infielder with Atlanta and Houston. He hit a career high of .308 with 5 doubles and 4 triples with Houston in 1969 and 198 at-bats. And over 1,000 career at-bats, he never hit a major league home run. So now I don't know what the record is for a player, let's say in the modern day era from 1901 when the American League got started. What the record is for most at-bats without a home run in the major leagues, I would have to go back and look that up. And then I'd like to see what it is from 1920 on when the Lively Ball started. So that'd be kind of a neat little project to check out at some point. Anyway, that's the 10 cards I have for you this morning. I hope everybody has a great Sunday. And please take care. If you enjoy the video, please comment and give me a thumbs up. I sure appreciate it. Appreciate all the support as I'm doing this series and continue to move forward with it. So now we're up to 336 cards out of 787. So we're working our way through. I guess we're about 40% done. Just enjoying doing the series. So you guys take care out there, and we'll talk to you real soon. Bye-bye.